All right, welcome to this session of the PLC training. And the topic for our group today is technology, and specifically we're going to use the screen capture software called Screencast-O-Matic. And we're going to make a little tutorial about how to actually get into your PLC SharePoint and what you need to do once you get there. So before we start explaining how to actually enter the SharePoint, let's talk a little bit about what this particular part of the PLC is supposed to cover. So, Mr. Androulis, you're sort of explaining about how this is the open PLC versus the closed PLC. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure, Dr. McNally. So the idea is with the as I refer to for memory, the closed PLC, that is the content area PLC days where you are unwrapping the standards of the curriculum you teach. So for example, PJ Smerdell and Dan Aaron and myself, we are unwrapping the standards for our Algebra 1 curriculum. So that would be the curriculum based, again, as I refer to for myself, my own purpose is the closed PLC days. The open PLC days, such as today, that was something that, based on last year's surveys, you had a little bit more of a choice of what you wanted to focus on. So as Dr. McNally and Mr. Garrison and myself chose to focus on technology, that's how we ended up where we are today.
Okay, so just to go over that one more time. The other PLC that we're not doing today is basically unwrapping standards, going through the standards, looking at your curriculum, very content specific. What we're in today is called Open PLC, and the Open PLC is something that you had choice for, and our particular group is focusing on technology. So with that in mind, we're going to try to get into the SharePoint document to show where you would actually save, where and how you will save your progress for this Open PLC session. So I think step one is open your internet browser, and you can see on the screen I'm opening my Google Chrome, and gonna resize that, and we need to go to our Riverview School District website. Once in the Riverview School District website, we're going to log in using your username and ID. Now Outlook should open, and within Outlook, in the top left corner, or near the top left corner, you should see this little figure or square, and we're going to click on that, and we are now going to select SharePoint. And SharePoint is apparently a repository where you can put documents or other files, and many people can all look at each other's files, and presumably we're going to maybe look at other people's stuff to get an idea and share and see what other folks are doing. Now once we are in the SharePoint, we need to go over here to RSD PLCs. And in this particular window, we should now find our Open PLC sort of progress report under this list called Activity. And we're going to scroll down and see if we can find it. And I think ours is called PLC Meeting Summary. I'm going to try opening this up. So yeah, this is our, now we've opened up our sort of progress report for our PLC meetings, and if we scroll down here, we can see that each meeting would have a summary with explaining what you actually did and what you worked on. We're actually on meeting number 3 today, and we're just going to, for now, forgo what the content of this session is going to be, because we're going to talk about one last thing. So once we enter our progress in this Open PLC, we're not quite done even if we do the SharePoint. We need to put this somewhere else. Isn't that true?
Yeah, that's true. So in our SIP forms, our continuous improvement plans, this would go in the second half of that. As you all know, the first half of that would be your evaluative SLO, what counts as your evaluation. The second part of that SIP form, the non-evaluative part, is where you would want to put this summary for your Open PLC day. And again, in that second part, you'll have both your closed and Open PLC meeting summaries in that, again, non-evaluative part of your SIP form.
Excellent. So you can see that we're entering our information here. Mr. Androulis is present. Mr. Garrison is present, and Dr. McNally is present. And we're going to start making notes about technology. And actually what we were talking about today, at least Mr. Garrison and I, is 3D printers and looking into what kind of 3D printers we can use and what we can do with our various content areas. And Mr. Androulis is going to do something related. Once we finish that, then as Mr. Androulis just stated, we need to take this progress and put that into the SLO/CIP file for the non-evaluative section, which I believe is found at the bottom, correct. Toward the bottom of that form. So that's it. This is what you get into the SharePoint. You enter your progress on a bi-weekly basis, or almost like a monthly basis, I guess, for the Open PLC. Once you enter in the SharePoint, it's there, but you also need, don't forget, to put that summary and progress in the SLO CIP form as well. So thanks for watching, and we hope this is helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.